milk truck's metal crates rattled down the lane and woke the sleeping pigeons on your window ledge. I sat beside your upright piano once again, just watching how the yellow wallpaper met the edge. You laughed about the rent we owed in '72 and poured 2 cups of tea from that chipped ceramic pot. The years rolled by like water down a hill. We traded in our boots for polished leather shoes. But sitting here with you, the room is quiet and still, and neither one of us has got a thing to lose. We chased the evening twilight clear across the county line, with 50 cents of fuel inside an old 4-door sedan. You swore that every hardship was a secret lucky sign, and drew a map of fortune on the palm of my left hand. Now all those simple winter nights return in subtle grace to paint a gentle smile across your worn and weathered face. You found that photograph we took behind the barn, when every winter coat was handed down and frayed. We used to sit till midnight spinning out a yarn about the traveling circus where the brass band played. You still remember every tune I tried to write, even the silly ones that never made the stage. The years rolled by like water down a hill. We traded in our boots for polished leather shoes. But sitting here with you, the room is quiet and still, and neither one of us has got a thing to lose. We chased the evening twilight clear across the county line, with 50 cents of fuel inside an old 4-door sedan. You swore that every hardship was a secret lucky sign, and drew a map of fortune on the palm of my left hand. Now all those simple winter nights return in subtle grace to paint a gentle smile across your worn and weathered face. Time can wash the colors off the poster on the wall, and rust the heavy hinges on the back garden gate. But when I hear you call my name, I don't feel old at all. We're standing in the doorway where we used to stay up late. We chased the evening twilight clear across the county line, with 50 cents of fuel inside an old 4-door sedan. You swore that every hardship was a secret lucky sign, and drew a map of fortune on the palm of my left hand. Now all those simple winter nights return in subtle grace to paint a gentle smile across your worn and weathered face. Play that final chord once more before you go to sleep. The street outside is quiet now, the milk truck's far away. Some memories are heavy, but these are ours to keep, to light the kitchen parlor at the closing of the day. plectrum sits beside my cup, left on the pine wood where the varnish peeled. I touch the faded plastic, pick it up, and hear a rhythm from an open field. We played for 70 people in the snow before the winter took the van below. I turn a little piece of plastic slow and trace the thumbprint worn into the side. It takes a quiet room to let it go and watch the evening shadows stretch out wide. We packed the trunk with 3 acoustic cases and chased the taillights down a county line. We memorized the maps of 20 places and poured cheap cider like a vintage wine. A silver quarter rattled near the heater until the February cold grew sweeter. The piano hums a low 3/4 chord, just like the night you tried to learn the bass. I keep this kitchen clean, I can't afford to let the dust settle in another place. The tea bag drips into the porcelain ring, and 40 years feel lighter than a string. I turn a little piece of plastic slow and trace the thumbprint worn into the side. It takes a quiet room to let it go and watch the evening shadows stretch out wide. We packed the trunk with 3 acoustic cases and chased the taillights down a county line. We memorized the maps of 20 places and poured cheap cider like a vintage wine. A silver quarter rattled near the heater until the February cold grew sweeter. Nobody writes the middle of the story when every town begins to look the same. We traded all our simple golden glory for ticket stubs that didn't have a name. We packed the trunk with 3 acoustic cases and chased the taillights down a county line. We memorized the maps of 20 places and poured cheap cider like a vintage wine. A silver quarter rattled near the heater until the February cold grew sweeter. I put the plectrum back beside the spoon. The water cools inside the iron pot. Some songs belong to an old afternoon and stay right here whether we play or not. backfiring sedan just rattled the window pane. It sounded like that old Ford we drove through the rain. I sat down at the upright piano to play a key, and suddenly you were right there, laughing with me. We had holes in our sneakers and nowhere to go, watching the city lights sputter and glow. Time takes the sharp edges off of the year, leaving the quiet things ringing out clear. We pulled off the highway when the engine started to smoke, counting out quarters while the mechanic cracked a bad joke. You swore that by 30 we'd both be living like kings, trading cheap wine for silver and gold-plated rings. Now I play this old tune while the evening settles down slow, holding the warmth of the stories we saved long ago. Remember the apartment on 23rd Street, radiator clanking, no rug for our feet. You play the acoustic while I work the chord, chasing a melody we couldn't afford. We lived on black coffee and peanut butter toast, rich as the singers we talked about most. Time takes the sharp edges off of the year, leaving the quiet things ringing out clear. We pulled off the highway when the engine started to smoke, counting out quarters while the mechanic cracked a bad joke. You swore that by 30 we'd both be living like kings, trading cheap wine for silver and gold-plated rings. Now I play this old tune while the evening settles down slow, holding the warmth of the stories we saved long ago. I got your letter from Oregon last Tuesday night. You said your kids are growing up fast and bright. You asked if I still keep that piano in tune. Well, I play it each evening right under the moon, thinking of how we survived every storm that we met, finding the sweetness in things that we'll never forget. We pulled off the highway when the engine started to smoke, counting out quarters while the mechanic cracked a bad joke. You swore that by 30 we'd both be living like kings, trading cheap wine for silver and gold-plated rings. Now I play this old tune while the evening settles down slow, holding the warmth of the stories we saved long ago. There goes another car clattering down on the street. The world keeps on turning, but the memory stays sweet. Write to me soon, old friend. Keep the keys warm till we play again. cinnamon and wet wool drifted through the hallway door. Old Arthur paused beside his bench, staring at the pine plank floor. A bottle of spiced cider warmed upon the rusted iron stove. And 50 years of autumn days came tumbling from the walnut grove. He smoothed the edges of a postcard sent in '69. He heard her laughing down the hall, clear across the stretch of time. She used to dance in rubber boots when rain flooded a driveway lane, and pressed a palm against cold frost and cleared a circle on the pane. He saved a copper key drop long before that northbound train, and kept old records spinning slow to quiet down his aching veins. The yellowed paper peeled away right behind the upright gram. He played a gentle major chord with a stiff and calloused hand. A neighbor's hound began to bark out along the gravel road, while Arthur packed his tin of tea and laid aside his heavy load. He found a ribbon made of silk wrapped around a silver spoon. The afternoon was fading fast beneath a pale November moon. She used to dance in rubber boots when rain flooded a driveway lane, and pressed a palm against cold frost and cleared a circle on the pane. He saved a copper key drop long before that northbound train, and kept old records spinning slow to quiet down his aching veins. Memory is a quiet house with photos fading on the shelf, where a lonely man can sit with shadows, speaking softly to himself. He doesn't wish the clock would turn nor curse the way the years depart. He only holds the warmth she left, like summer in a winter heart. The cider simmered to a drop, the steam dissolved into the night. Arthur clicked the piano closed and switched off the kitchen light. Just cinnamon and wet wool left hanging in the quiet space. He smiled into the dark and saw her face. Absolute quiet held the hallway until a memory struck me like a bell. The old iron radiator hummed its familiar two-note song. I saw you sitting on the floor in fade-out denim jeans, sorting through 45 records from 1969. You laughed when the needle caught the groove on side B, and suddenly the quiet room belonged to you and me. The afternoon cast amber shadows across the hardwood floor. I heard the gentle clicking of the lock upon the door. You kicked your boots beside the rug and poured 2 cups of rye. The velvet drapes began to sway to let the twilight by. We traced our names in melted wax along the windowsill. The chilly evening came and went, yet time is standing still. The piano in the corner held a dusting of soft gray. I played a rolling major chord to chase the ghost away. You used to sing the harmony while leaning on the frame, before the world grew fast and loud and made us play the game. Your woolen sweater smelled of cedar and October rain, a snapshot frozen in the glass without a trace of pain. The afternoon cast amber shadows across the hardwood floor. I heard the gentle clicking of the lock upon the door. You kicked your boots beside the rug and poured 2 cups of rye. The velvet drapes began to sway to let the twilight by. We traced our names in melted wax along the windowsill. That chilly evening came and went, yet time is standing still. Now the brass clock on the mantel ticks its slow, steady beat. I can almost hear your woolen socks sliding on the floorboard street. A silver frame upon the shelf catches the dying sun. Every single second back then felt like it had just begun. The radiator stops its tap and settles in the dark. A single piano note lingers like a dying spark. I shut the keyboard softly now and turn the iron key. The room grows quiet once again, but you stay here with me. Why do we keep the broken brass clock on the shelf? I was thinking about that blue denim coat you dropped in Idaho. The piano keys stay cool beneath my thumb this afternoon. I still taste the salty popcorn from that greasy drive-in movie screen. Funny how a teapot whistle sounds like a train running late. Thoughts drift around the rug like pale autumn leaves. One sneaker under the radiator, 1 foot out in the yard. I wasn't looking for yesterday, it just sat down next to me. The upright piano holds a chord that never really fades, while winter settles softly on the steps we used to climb. We traded copper pennies for a pocket full of shade, and and threw away the calendar to fool the ticking time. Now every quiet hallway leads straight back to 79. Your brother called from Denver on a crackling telephone line. He said the pines were heavy with the first real mountain snow. I forgot to buy the butter at the corner market down the hill. My hands still know the finger-picking pattern from the summer park. Some old memories stay as heavy as a wet winter coat. The upright piano holds a chord that never really fades, while winter settles softly on the steps we used to climb. We traded copper pennies for a pocket full of shade, and threw away the calendar to fool the ticking time. Now every quiet hallway leads straight back to 79. A yellow sauce, a green sedan, a paper ticket to Detroit. I wasn't trying to go back, but the radiator hissed. You were leaning by the stove with flour dust upon your sleeve. How does a Tuesday afternoon from 20 years ago feel this close? The floorboard squeaks right where the dining table used to stand. I wonder if the people in that house ever fixed the porch roof. Tea gets cold fast when you sit alone with a drifting mind. Everything spills together once the evening shadows stretch out long. The screen door rattles once in the cooling wind. Where did the hours spill out from the glass? A low pedal tone resting on the floorboards. Just a song sitting quiet in an empty room. This heavy oak chair digs 4 grooves into wood, the same way it did when we thought we stood tall. I sat here at 20 and misunderstood the quiet that settled inside of the hall. You thought every promise was written in stone, and dreaded the evenings you spent all alone. The piano is warm under worn yellow keys, and time doesn't hurt half as much as you feared. I'm writing this down just to set you at ease before all those worries have completely cleared. Keep your patched denim jacket against the cool breeze. Learn that losing a dream isn't all porch bulb flickers yellow, just bend at the knees. 'Cause time builds a bridge where you need it across. You are stronger than shadows beneath those old trees, and the water grows calm as you wander across. The letter you wrote when you packed up your room is tucked in the drawer where the brass handles shine. You worried the garden would never quite bloom, or that you would fall off the narrow outline. I wish I could tell you the sun comes around and beauty takes root in the hardest of ground. The piano is a war under worn yellow keys, and time doesn't hurt half as much as you fear. I'm writing this down just to set you at ease before all those worries have completely cleared. Keep your patched denim jacket against the cool breeze. Learn that losing a dream isn't always a loss. When the porch bulb flickers yellow, just bend at the knees. 'Cause time builds a bridge where you need it across. You are stronger than shadows beneath those old trees, and the water grows calm as you wander across. Stop staring at clocks on the library wall, and stop measuring worth by applause in the room. The leaf doesn't panic whenever it falls, it just waits for the season to bloom. The chair holds me steady, the evening is clear. You made it through, kid. You made it all the way here. Amber light fell sideways on the table, warming up the chipped enamel mugs. A lady with a silver coat sat down beside me, setting down her heavy canvas bag. She pointed at the picture by the door, asking if I knew that rocky shore. I told her I grew up 3 miles away. She smiled like she was back there yesterday. Old photographs keep holding on to shadows after people disappear, while strangers exchange stories on a rainy Tuesday afternoon right here. She remembered how the carousel played waltzes in the summer rain, and I traced my forgotten youth along the silver window pane. She said her brother bought a boat in '67, painted all the wooden benches blue. She talked about the wooden pier before the big storm. Every simple place her family knew. I listened as the piano chord rang out, without a single doubt of what those days were all about. The waitress filled our cups up to the brim. The diner's neon clock grew faint and dim. Old photographs keep holding on to shadows after people disappear, while strangers exchange stories on a rainy Tuesday afternoon right here. She remembered how the carousel played waltzes in the summer rain, and I traced my forgotten youth along the silver window pane. We never even traded names before she paid her bill and stood, just two strangers sharing moments from a time when life felt good. A pocket full of history is all we ever get to keep before the quiet hours fall and all the busy cities sleep. The amber light faded into gray. She walked out into the cold, damp day. I finished up my coffee slow, remembering where the summers go. Told me yesterday the parlor clock was running slow. I watched the little brass weight hang a half an inch too low. A silver thimble sitting right beside a spool of thread, and 3 dried peppermint leaves resting on the copper bed. The kitchen floor has faded where you used to take a stand. A yellow cup with water rings is resting in my hand. The upright piano needs a tuner for the lower G. I trace the scratches on the bench and think of you and me. We left a trail of paper clips and ticket stubs behind, a stack of overdue library books we never got to buy. The winter coat you borrowed still hangs awaiting near the door, while autumn dust settles down quietly across the wooden floor. Every tiny piece of yesterday remembers where you slept and guards the simple promises we swore but never kept. You said last night the radiator always starts to knock around the time the baker drives his wagon down the block. There's blue chalk dust along the window frame from summer days, and oil spots upon the street where your old Plymouth sways. A dog-eared paperback is sitting open on the chair, the quietest apartment in the city standing bare. The upright piano needs a tuner for the lower G. I trace the scratches on the bench and think of you and me. We left a trail of paper clips and ticket stubs behind, a stack of overdue library books we never got to bind. The winter coat you borrowed still hangs waiting near the door, while autumn dust settles down quietly across the wooden floor. Every tiny piece of yesterday remembers where you slept and guards the simple promises we swore but never kept. I turn the brass key inside the lock and listen for the latch beside a printed card that matches every stray wood match. It doesn't take a thunderstorm to tear a room apart, just little unremembered things that linger in the heart. The parlor clock is ticking now, exact as it can be. A tin of ginger biscuits and a single bag of tea. I leave the hallway lamp turned low, the way that you preferred, and count the quiet hours since your last soft-spoken word. Coarse ribbed cotton underneath my thumb brings back a porch in late July, when warm winds made the screen doors hum and dust storms danced against the sky. I press the weave and close my eyes, 30 years just melt away. The grand piano in the hall plays chords I thought I had forgot, while shadows stretch along the wall to pull me back to that same spot. A sudden rush of summer rain on tin restores the laugh you spilled inside the shed, where rusted nails held cedar boards too thin to block the golden light above your head. And time stood frozen in a quiet spell before we learned to say a long farewell. That heavy wool of grandfather's coat still smells of pipe dust and sweet pine. A silver fastener at the throat reflects a younger face of mine. I pull the sleeve against my cheek and hear your voice begin to speak. The grand piano in the hall plays chords I thought I had forgot, while shadows stretch along the wall to pull me back sudden rush of summer rain on tin restores the laugh you spilled inside the shed, where rusted nails held cedar boards too thin to block the golden light above your head. And time stood frozen in a quiet spell before we learned to say a long farewell. One simple touch can break the lock of every year we left behind. No ticking gear inside a clock can unwind moments in the mind, like woven thread that holds us fast to simple days that could not last. Coarse ribbed cotton on my knee, holding what is left of you and me. The piano fades into the room, leaving quiet in the gloom. Clicks on the mantelpiece, 50 long winters from where we stand now. I will pour tea while the cold winds cease, and wipe a stray dusting of snow from your brow. We'll sit in the warm yellow parlor light, holding a photograph scratched at the seam. And I know my hand will be weathered and slow, tracing the places where young lovers go. We will talk of the night that the old car died, laughing at tears that we used to hold inside, finding the sweetness in every lost page, living again from the quiet of age. Nothing is missing, no beauty is gone, while the song of our youth carries gracefully on. I'll ask if you remember the rainy July, when we slept on the porch with no shoes on our feet. You'll point to the meadow under gray velvet sky, and say every wild summer promise was sweet. We won't mind the silence or shadows that fall, 'cause we kept every memory safe in the hall. And I know my voice will be softened and low, blessing the footprints we left in the snow. We will talk of the night that the old car died, laughing at tears that we used to hold inside, finding the sweetness in every lost page, living again from the quiet of age. Now we are young and the kitchen is bright. We're spilling our coffee and chasing the night. But I love you already in 2083. When you smile from the rocker and look back at me, we will talk of the night that the old car died, laughing at tears that we used to hold inside, finding the sweetness in every lost page, living again from the quiet of age. Nothing is missing, no beauty is gone, while the song of our youth carries gracefully on. 4 o'clock ticks in the quiet room. We're making the memories we'll cherish and bloom. Just hold my hand tight, 50 years starting tonight. This faded paper matchbook rests beside my cup, printed with a diner name that closed 10 years ago. I run my thumb along the striking patterned gray and let the quiet piano chords start moving slow. We used to sit across the booth until the morning came, counting out our pocket change to pay the midnight tab. Now the tea leaves settle in the silence of this room, and I trace the tiny cover where the red ink bled. We used to strike a tiny flame to light the evening air, talking on the corner till the street lamps flickered low. I carried every promise that you gave me back in spring and kept it like a secret in the jacket that I wore. Now the winter wind is blowing down the gravel driveway lane, and I am sitting warm inside, remembering your name. The melody moves gently through the middle sea, just like the old wooden radio we shared in 72. You had that denim coat with frayed edges at the wrist, and laughter that could soften up the heaviest hard day. We thought that time was something we could hold inside our hands before the season shifted and we drifted with the tide. Now the steam is rising soft against the window pane, and the evening shadow stretches long across the floor. We used to strike a tiny flame to light the evening air, talking on the corner till the street lamps flickered low. I carried every promise that you gave me back in spring and kept it like a secret in the jacket that I wore. Now the winter I do not wish to change the way the story had to turn. I only wanna save the heat before the fires burn. The matchbook sits in sunlight on the polished maple board. I press the sustain pedal down and let the last chord ring. A quiet peace is settling in where heavy longing used to stay. I close the cover gently now and fold the past away. Sweet clove, tobacco, and dry apple peel filled up the hallway where Evelyn stood. She traced the brass handles of drawers made of wood and felt 40 winters go soft at her heel. The upright was silent, the sheet music stacked beside an old coat with the velvet collar cracked. Time leaves a dusting on window pane glass while shadows move slow as the afternoons pass. She saved every ticket from 1963, stowed in a shoebox of yellow satin cloth, standing forever beneath the willow tree, safe from the dampness and sheltered from the moth, learning how love lingers long after the spark, guiding her footsteps softly through the dark. The scent of sweet clover brought Thomas back in, laughing aloud with his jacket soaked through. He played the chord major, he hummed what he knew before all the changes began to begin. He left his wet boots on the mudroom floor and hung his warm brown cap right by the pantry door. Time leaves a dusting on window pane glass while shadows move slow as the afternoons pass. She saved every ticket from 1963, stowed in a shoebox of yellowed satin cloth, standing forever beneath the willow tree, safe from the dampness and sheltered from the moth, learning how love lingers long after the spark, guiding her footsteps softly through the dark. The piano key clicks under gentle right hands, playing the melody nobody plays, recalling the simple and forgotten lands, lost in the fog of those faraway days. Her memory works like a lantern in snow, holding the warmth that she knew long ago. Sweet clove tobacco still floats in the hall. Evelyn listens and smiles at it all. The piano rests easy, the tea kettle cools, and time gently pardons the dreamers and fools. dead calm settled over the rug when the memory of your voice cut right through. The dust motes hung frozen in the afternoon sunlight on the hallway floor. An upright piano sits open, keys painted ivory and worn down to wood. I haven't played a chord since that September. You packed up your Ford sedan. The brass desk clock just ticks once, and 30 years dissolve in an instant. The smell of old sheet music fills the small front room. I press down hard on middle C and watch the hammer move. You were standing by the screen door in a yellow cotton dress, holding 3 ripe peaches that you picked along the western fence. We had 40 miles of open road and 0 sense of stress, and the evening light was pouring through the trees in sweet expense. Now the photograph is fading, but the quiet keeps the rest. Outside, the lilac bushes lean against the white picket gate. A silver teacup sits half full on the marble windowsill. I remember how you'd stir 2 cubes of sugar while the kettle whistled soft. We thought the time was something we could hold inside our open palms. Now the curtain sways a little bit, though there isn't any wind. The smell of old sheet music fills the small front room. I press down hard on middle C and watch the hammer move. You were standing by the screen door in a yellow cotton dress, holding 3 ripe peaches that you picked along the western fence. We had 40 miles of open road and 0 sense of stress, and the evening light was pouring through the trees in sweet expense. Now the photograph is fading, but the quiet keeps the rest. The needle glides across the vinyl groove of Carole King. The bass notes rumble low and warm, bringing back every single thing. You left your silver thimble on the sewing machine drawer, and I never had the heart to move it across this hardwood floor. You were standing by the screen door in a yellow cotton dress, holding 3 ripe peaches that you picked along the western fence. We had 40 miles of open road and 0 sense of stress, and the evening light was pouring through the trees in sweet expense. Now the photograph is fading, but the quiet keeps the rest. The train whistle blows far off down the track. I close the piano lid gently now. Some thoughts don't ask to come inside, they just sit down beside you and stay. Where did that wooden kitchen table go? had 2 scratches from a butcher knife. My mind keeps tumbling down a rainy road, thinking of cider, wool blankets, and middle life. The piano keys feel cool against my thumb, and suddenly I am 9 years old again. The copper kettle hums a quiet tune, and thoughts drift sideways through the afternoon. We stacked those wooden chairs beside the garden gate, while afternoon turned cold and dark was getting late. Your sister brought a pie made out of winter pears, and somebody started humming down the cellar stairs. Before the autumn storm blew out the kitchen light, leaving a silver thread of memory in the night. The radio was playing something sweet and low, or maybe static on an old cassette. I can't recall the title of the song, but I remember how the tablecloth felt wet. Spilled lemonade on oilcloth and cedar pine, a brown dog barking down along the fence line. The copper kettle hums a quiet tune, and thoughts drift sideways through the afternoon. We stacked those wooden chairs beside the garden gate, while afternoon turned cold and dark was getting late. Your sister brought a pie made out of winter pears, and somebody started humming down the cellar stairs. Before the autumn storm blew out the kitchen light, leaving a silver thread of memory in the night. One thought slides into another like a river bend. I trace the varnish where the scratches end. Was it 72 or 1984? I hear warm footsteps ringing on a hallway floor. Where did that wooden kitchen table go? The piano chord fades out so soft and slow, just us suspended in a yellow beam, a quiet memory caught inside a stream. This leather chair presses its heavy frame into the rug where the dust motes drift. I write to a boy who forgot his name before the world gave its sudden shift. You sit on the curb in your worn canvas shoes, fretting over cents you were bound to lose. You think the silence is a curtain coming down. You think you're stranded in the middle of nowhere town. But I can see you from 50 years ahead, holding on to words that were never said. The winter will loosen its grip on You'll trade that old jacket for silver and gold, then trade it right back just to keep from the cold. So put down the ledger and step in the light. The darkness you fear is just Tuesday at night. You still believe every rumor of pain, hiding your cheeks when the dark clouds pour. You're counting the ties on the railroad track, afraid to walk back through the kitchen door. Your mother is humming a song in the hall. Go listen right now before winter takes off. I wish I could tell you that heartbreak is brief, or hand you a map through the thickets of grief. Instead I just sit in this heavy old seat and smile at the sound of your runaway feet. The winter will loosen its grip on the lake, and every wrong turn is a promise you make. You'll trade that old jacket for silver and gold, then trade it right back just to keep from the cold. So put down the ledger and step in the light. The darkness you fear is just Tuesday at night. Stop counting quarters in the dim hallway glow. You made it through the rain, kid. I thought you ought to know. You said yesterday that rain smells sweeter when the porch floorboards start to swell. I found a pencil stub behind the radiator and 3 dried clover leaves inside a shell. The copper kettle's missing half its handle. The hall rug shows the path we always tread. I stack the yellowed papers by the candle and count the quiet things you never said. The upright piano needs a quarter turn tune. Middle C sticks when the evening turns cold. We left the windows wide open clear through June, watching simple green linen grow gentle and old. A dented tin of peppermint sits on the windowsill beside a jar of buttons gathered 30 years ago. The hallway carpet holds the shape of footsteps sitting still, and every little shadow knows the things we used to know. Time doesn't leave a mark with thunder on the floor. It just softens up the hinges on the pantry door. Yellow coupon dated 67 is tucked inside the cover of the atlas book. A silver thimble bought in winter 1911 rests on a ledger in the sewing nook. You mark the doorway with a graphite stroke to see how high the neighbor's boy had grown. The brass latch clicks inside the polished oak, keeping secrets that were never meant alone. The piano stool is missing one small wooden peg. The velvet cushion faded where the afternoon sat down. A hand-drawn map of county roads pinned with a brass leg shows every single shortcut out of town. A dented tin of peppermint sits on the windowsill beside a jar of buttons gathered 30 years ago. The hallway carpet holds the shape of footsteps sitting still, and every little shadow knows the things we used to know. Time doesn't leave a mark with thunder on the floor. It just softens up the hinges on the pantry door. We gather up the little bits of tin and glass and thread, not because they're worth a penny on a market street, but because they keep the quiet words we ever said safe beneath the rhythm where our two hearts meet. You said yesterday that rain smells sweeter. I closed the atlas where the bookmark lies. The piano hums a low soft major chord. The house grows still beneath September skies. Heavy green velvet catches on my palm as I run my hand across the sofa back. Suddenly the air turns 68 degrees and the living room jumps 40 years back. You were laughing with a teacup in your hand, spilling Earl Grey on the armrest fringe. I can hear the record needle skip a beat and the screen door squeaking on its hinge. The piano hums a minor chord, the dust motes dance along the floor, and I am 22 again, standing right beside the door. You pulled me down into the cushion weave, swore that we would never get old or leave, while the autumn wind whipped through the open sash, turning afternoon light into golden ash. We traded promises without a dime to spend, certain every winter had a peaceful end. Now the fabric's frayed along the corner seams, where the cats would scratch and sharpen up their claws. I can feel the soft indentation of your hip, where you sat to read the afternoon in-laws. Your old corduroy jacket hung behind the seat, smelling faintly of tobacco and wet grass. Every single thread holds a second of our time, trapped forever behind clean window glass. The piano hums a minor chord, the dust motes dance along the floor, and I am 22 again, standing right beside the door. You pulled me down into the cushion, we swore that we would never get old or leave, while the autumn wind whipped through the open sash, turning afternoon light into golden ash. We traded promises without a dime to spend, certain every winter had a peaceful end. Time is just a weaver with a rusty pair of shears, cutting down the curtains at the closing of the years. But I can touch this cushion and go back to where we started, young and full of foolish talk before we ever parted. You pulled me down into the cushion, we swore that we would never get old or leave, while the autumn wind whipped through the open sash, turning afternoon light into golden ash. We traded promises without a dime to spend, certain every winter had a peaceful end. The green fabric fades beneath the setting sun. The room grows quiet, one by one. I smooth the velvet down once more and lock the heavy wooden door. Brass number 6 swung loose from the clock on the wall, ticking too slow while the kettle begins its slow hum. I close my tired eyes and I see us inside a bright hall, gray at the temples and counting the miles that we've come. We will sit side by side on a porch in a quiet old town, holding a mug with a fine little split down the side. The upright piano plays soft in the warm amber light, a simple refrain from a long forgotten summer night. When 40 long winters have quietly drifted away, we will pull out the picture we took on a rainy July, and trace every wrinkle that gathered along with the gray, remembering how we were broke under one sunny sky. And smile as the tea brews, as sweet as it tasted today. The piano key sticks on the middle C now and then, off pitch like the jokes that we make after dark. In 30 years' time, when the cold autumn leaves start to fall, I know we will talk about feeding the birds in the park. We will laugh at the radiator clanking against the floorboards, and how we dance slow in our socks with no shoes on at all. The melody lingers and fills every corner and space, a homemade wool sweater to keep all our worries in place. When 40 long winters have quietly drifted away, we will pull out the picture we took on a rainy July, and trace every wrinkle that gathered along with the gray, remembering how we were broke under one sunny sky. Then smile as the tea brews, as sweet as it tasted today. Future me whispers to present day me at the keys, to hold on to moments as small as a coat on a chair. The laughter that bounces from hallway to kitchen with ease is building the shelter we will need when the winter is there. The brass number 6 keeps on swaying above the wood stove, while major chords gently fade out in the evening air. We will be fine when we look at this hour from afar, knowing the best of our youth is still lingering